Well, hello Yasmin, hello Jackie.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good, that's good. How do you feel about the results you got on your test?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Uh, like good.
Good.
Yes. I think I would do better.
Do better? Okay, okay. Yeah, well, everybody can always do better. If it's not 50, you can do better. But
Yeah.
man, you did good. Everybody got a good grade. Everybody got a good grade. Yasmin, how do you feel with your results?
I'm really fine.
You're fine, satisfied?
Yes,
Yes. And Andres, you told me you are not satisfied, right?
Maybe.
Look, this is the funny thing. Andres, Yasmin, and Ismael, all three of you got the same score, 44. All of you got the same score, and that's really good. 44 is really good. That's 8.8, almost 9. Almost 9. And well, I don't know if you remember, in the past, 32, 36, 37. And lately you've been getting good results on your test. That's a good. I don't know if you're cheating,
I
but
can,
it's good. It's good. It's good.
of course.
right now I can use Google Translator.
I know. I know. I know. Well, everybody's here. That's good. First, I do want to say, congratulations, everybody. The minimum score was a 40. That's amazing. I think this is the third time that everybody has passed the tests, right?
First
This is
time?
the first, no, the third time everybody passed the test. Okay, so all level 4, everybody has passed the tests with a minimum 35, and that's good. And your speaking is also really nice. You made a few mistakes, but if I tell you your mistakes, you can easily correct it. And it doesn't mean that you don't know how to talk. It just means that maybe you forgot in the moment. And well, that's normal. Everybody forgets things. I always make mistakes when I'm speaking to you, but you don't notice because I don't stop. Um, so it's normal to make mistakes. And with your speaking, I would give you, Ismael, probably, Ismael, I will give you 24 out of 25. Jackie, 23 out of 25. Andres, same to you, 23 out of 25. And Yasmin, also 23 out of 25. Actually, Yasmin, you were the only person, I think you were the only person that got one question completely correct. Hold on, let me see. Okay. Yes, yes. A lot of you were saying I get to help clean the house. And remember, we were using get for other people. We get my neighbor to
I
clean the
never
house.
say I get to clean my house.
No, no, not you, not you. I said some of you. I said some of you used get. I get to help clean the house, or I get to da da da. But you were supposed to use my neighbor, my friend, my dad, other people. Yasmin, you did that one well. But you know,
Bravo.
overall, you all have good grades on both the written and the speaking exams. Okay, Ismael yesterday was really funny. Ismael said, "Teacher, 40 seconds is too much." Man,
Sí.
I know, but maybe it's stupid to ask you for 40 seconds, but the thing is that I want you to speak more, you know? I want you to be able to give me details, give me a good explanation. And it's nice to see that everybody can do it. Everybody can do it. Now, 40 seconds is not a lot. For your level, it's good. 40 seconds is good. But once you get into higher levels, you're gonna need to speak for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and things like that, depending on the question. Okay? In fact, if you're going to take a Cambridge test, you're gonna have to speak for 14 minutes. Okay, so you know, this is all just practice. This is all practice, and I'm trying to help you learn English in general, but also prepare you for, you know, future exams, because I know all of you want to certify your English, right? Once you finish level 4, level 5, or level 6, don't just leave, get a certification, right? TOEFL, Cambridge, San Diego University, get a certification and then validate it with CENI, and then you can show off your CENI and your other certification. You can say, yeah, I know English, bitch. You know, you can show off your English, and that's important. So, but whenever you want to take a test and all of that, you know, I will prepare you, or you can talk to the director and maybe he can prepare you, and things like that. All right, but don't just leave, stop coming to class, because what's the point? You know, it's cool to learn English, but it's better to have proof that you know English. It's something that can back up your knowledge. All right, so congratulations, guys. I don't know what you did, but keep doing it, and we're doing great so far. I know this is a difficult book, but we're having good results. Now, let's begin with unit 10. These last 3 units are difficult, all right? Very difficult. But you're experts. I think you're ready for it. So, let's begin. Right now, I just want your attention, and if you want, you can write down these words. I'm gonna teach you some vocabulary that's gonna be in the lesson, all right? So the first word that I wanna teach you is remarkable. Okay, remarkable. Here it's a book called Remarkable Reindeer. Remarkable is a synonym for the word amazing. Okay, I don't know if you want to write this down. It's going to be important. The more vocabulary, the better. It's a synonym for amazing, stupid, great. You know, remarkable is one of those words that help tell you something is really nice. Okay, in this case, the remarkable reindeer, and they are amazing because they have those big, whatever those are, hooves. No, hooves is for the feet. Whatever that is, I don't know what that is. Antlers, antlers. Amazing reindeer. Yasmin, have you ever seen a reindeer? Is she here? No, she's not here, right? Oh. Jackie, have you ever seen a reindeer?
What?
Have you ever seen a reindeer?
No.
No. Okay, you Andres, you Ismael?
In the zoo, man.
At the zoo? Okay,
In the
a
zoo.
remarkable reindeer. Okay, okay. Nice. Well, the next word I want to teach you, and we've seen this word a couple of times, it's the word average. Oh my God. The word average. Average is kind of like in the middle, no? It's not amazing, but it's not bad. It's average. Okay, average in the middle. Okay,
It's
for
like more or
example,
less.
yeah, kind of like more or less, but yeah, kind of like more or less. And so, for example, me, I'm not tall, but I'm not short. I'm like the average height, right? Andres is tall. He is very tall. But me, I'm average, you know, the average height. Um, you can say that you have an average English level because it's not amazing. It's not C2, but it's not also beginners. You have an average English level, okay? So when somebody asks you, what level English do you have? I have an average level, B1, B2, all right? Average, a middle.
Teacher, what
Yes, sir.
what's the level of our English?
Right now, it should be B1 or B1 plus. Okay?
But it's in medium
Yeah,
or is
it's A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. Most Mexicans never achieve C2 because C2 is basically uh, an American or an English speaker with university. You know, basically you study university in English in an English speaking country. It's very difficult to obtain that level for any person who is not a native. Okay,
we are in B1?
B1 or B1 plus. Yeah. Now it all depends. For example, you Andres, I can say that you have like a B2 in grammar and probably B2 in reading and maybe B1 in speaking or B1 in something else. You know, it depends. I don't know. I haven't graded each individual thing, but you know, it's different parts. You know, speaking, writing, reading, listening, and grammar. All of those are different categories. But in general, I can say that everybody here is B1 or B1 plus, and maybe like if you prepare really well to take an exam, you can get B2. It all depends. Okay, so anywhere B1, B2, that is your level right now. This right here is called a PUB. It is a pub. A pub. This is where Yasmin goes every day. Okay, a pub next to her store, English pub, English London pub.
Is a barman?
It's like a bar. Yeah. And this is an aria. Okay. Aria. Now, this looks like musical notes and things like that because I want you to imagine a singer in a choir. Okay? A choir. Okay, so you know, you have the singer and you have all the people behind that person helping him in the choir, right? They're singing. La 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 la. An aria is when only one person is singing and usually no instruments, only voice. Okay? Beyonce is really good with arias. Rihanna, very good with arias. You know, you turn off all the instruments and only sing with your voice.
It's like Beethoven?
Beethoven doesn't sing, does he?
No.
It's like singing, only singing.
No, singing.
Yeah, solo, like singing a solo.
Yeah.
No instruments, no other voices, only yours. That is an aria. And this word is going to come in the lesson because we're going to talk about an orchestra singer, or I don't know, orchestra. Yeah, it's going to be a singer who who became famous because of his aria. Okay, so basically a guy that became famous from his singing. And sometimes if you have a really beautiful voice and you finish singing, you will receive this thing called a standing ovation. Okay, a standing ovation is when everybody in the theater stands up and claps. That is a standing ovation. Okay. Standing ovation. And then we have this word called entirely with my friend, the vocabulary pigeon. What are other words for entirely? Wholly, completely, totally, altogether, only, fully, exclusively, solely, absolutely, thoroughly. Entirely means 100%, the entire thing, all right? Completely, totally, fully. And then this, before you start a job, you need to receive training, right? Coaching, teaching, knowledge, development, learn, experience, skills. You receive training, all right? Andres, when you worked at the airport, did you receive training?
Yeah, man.
Yes, all right. Next thing is brave. Brave. When you volunteer to be the first person to present the project, you are brave. You are having or showing mental or moral strength to face danger, fear, or difficulty. Okay? Having or showing courage. A brave soldier, a brave smile. All right? Andres, are you brave?
Um, Sometimes.
Sometimes? Okay. Jackie, are you brave? Or are you
Sometimes.
scared?
Sometimes.
Sometimes you're brave. Okay, okay. Nice, Miss Chan, nice. And we also have this word. Well, this word inside of a caption. Enough nerve. Okay. Enough nerve means that you are resilient, that you don't care about the difficulties, the problems, or anything. If you want to do something, you will do it because you have enough nerve. All right? Anything's possible if you've got enough nerve. In Spanish, we have a similar expression, and it includes huevos. All right? But I'm not going to talk about that in this class. All right. Now, please open up your student book. We are on, what page are we on? Page 98. Yeah, okay. Page 98, page 98. In this lesson today of August 11, 2020. The objective is to talk about the past hypothetically. Okay, hypothetically. Now, this is very common for regrets, you know, things you wish you hadn't done. And well, I will get into detail about that in a little more. Touchstone 4, Unit 10, that's A, page 98. Let me give you an example. If I had studied medicine, I would have gotten a job in another country working as a doctor. Okay, so this is all hypothetical because I did not study medicine and I don't have a job in another country working as a doctor. This is all hypothetical. Now, maybe I wish I could go back in time and change this and study medicine. All right, but at the end of the day, this is all hypothetical. Can you say that word, please? Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
Oh, you said that.
Hypothetical.
Now I want you to give me the adjective. Hypothetically. Can you say that? Hypothetically.
Hypothetical. Hypothetically.
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 Ismael, Yasmin, can you say that word? Hypothetically. All right.
Hypothetically.
Thank you, Yasmin. Since you were the last one, can you please read this article? We're about to read about this guy named Russell Watson. He is famous, supposedly. And Yasmin, can you please read this thing about Russell Watson?
Well,
Right here.
unexpected fame. Russell Watson's rise to fame was remarkable. Remarkable and unexpected. The English-born tenor had no formal music training, was an average student, and quit school at 16 to work in factory to make extra money. He sang in pubs in his spare time. Several years later, he sang in a radio talent contest and won. And his life took an amazing turn. He quit his job, got a manager, and started singing in clubs full time. One night, he ended a set of pop songs with an aria from an opera and got a standing ovation. He realized he was on something. That how he became a famous singer. By the age of 28, he had released, I can see, his first album, The Voice, and had become an international star.
Excellent, excellent. All right. So this is Russell Watson. You know, he was English born. That means he was born in England, and he was a tenor. You know, a tenor is like the middle voice in a choir. You have the bass, people who have a really deep voice, that's the bass. Then you have a tenor, that's like the middle voice. And then you have a soprano. Soprano is the high voice. Usually they are women with the high voice. He was a tenor. He had the middle voice. And so this guy right here, an average student, no musical training, and he quit school at the age of 16 to work in a factory. Ismael, do you want to quit school at 16 to work in a factory? No. So to make extra money, he sang in pubs, you know, at the bars and stuff. He went to London English pub and McCarthy's, and he was singing. And, you know, years later, he sang in a radio contest. You know how sometimes they have a contest on the radio and stuff, Disney FM. And so he sung, and it changed his life. He won. He won the contest, and that changed his life. He quit his job at the factory and started singing full time, 40, 50, 60 hours every day, no, every week at the pubs, okay? And he became famous in his city, okay? And at the age of 28, when he was 28 years old, he released an album, okay? And he became an international star. And this is Russell Watson, a normal guy who became famous. And, well, please look at these words over here. Do you see these two words? Repeat after me, everyone. Quit.
Quit.
Wait.
Quit.
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 Right, and realized.
Realize.
Realize.
Remember, realized does not mean to do something. It does not mean to do something. No, I went to realize some documents.
What does mean?
Realized means to notice something, okay? For example, today I came into my room and I noticed that I was missing something. I don't know. Something is not in my room that is supposed to be in my room. I think somebody came into my room. I don't know what it is. Yes. When I came to Acapulco, I realized that, well, it's a bad economy here. I noticed, I realized, okay? Now, listen to these people. Listen to these people talk about Russell Watson's career, okay? Russell Watson's career.
Fame. Lesson A. The Rise to Fame. 1. Getting started. B. Listen to the students talk about Russell Watson's career. Which comments do you agree with? Dennis.
It's a good thing he entered that contest. If he hadn't won, he might not have had the confidence to become a singer.
Brian.
And who knows what would have happened if he'd stayed in school? Maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Stephanie.
Well, I think he would have found a way to be a singer. In fact, if he had continued his education, he could have had formal training and gotten an earlier start as a singer.
Anne.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, it was pretty brave of him to quit his job. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager, he might not have had a singing career at all.
Kathleen.
What amazes me is that he had enough nerve to sing something from an opera in a club. If he had only sung pop songs, he wouldn't have realized how much people loved his opera voice.
Okay. Which one do you agree with? Which comment? Which comment do you agree with? You can take some time, read it, and then tell me which comment do you agree with. Remember, they're all talking about Russell Watson.
With nobody.
You don't agree with anybody? Why, Andres?
Because I don't know. I don't like.
You don't like Russell Watson?
With what?
You don't like Russell Watson?
Oh yes, but the opinions.
You don't like none of the opinions?
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Jackie, how about you? Which comment do you agree with?
I'm agreeing with Anne.
With Anne. You agree with Anne. Okay. Okay, Ismael, how about you? Remember, don't say I am agree. Say I agree. Okay? Ismael? Nobody? Okay, Yasmin?
It's Stephanie.
Okay. It's nice, optimistic. Now look, I am about to put you in groups, well, in pairs. I want you to read these opinions about Russell and, pay attention to the structure of their sentences, okay? Pay attention to that structure. What verbs do they use? What do you notice? Okay? Please go to your breakout room and read it with your partner. You have 4 minutes. Read it 2 times. 1 and switch. Andres, Ismael? Ismael, go to the breakout room, man. Okay. Everybody's here. Yeah, we have 5 parts. Yes, like Andres said, the structure is with if and had, and also with would and something like that. Now, here, I'm going to put it here. This grammar or something is called the third conditional. Now, if you have ever heard about the third conditional, well, you will know that it's one of the most difficult grammar structures out there, but it's really not. It's really easy. So look, the third conditional, you use if and the past perfect. If and the past perfect. And then you use, after the comma, you have a past modal. Now, remember, a past modal is would have and the past participle. We just discussed those in the last units. Would have, should have, could have. Those are past modals. But for third conditionals, we can only use would have, could have, might have, or may have. Okay? But the most common one is would have. Okay? So remember, the third conditional, that's the grammar. The third conditional is if plus past perfect. Remember, the past perfect is had plus past participle. That is the past perfect. And the past modal is would have and the past participle. Okay, so let me rearrange that. Now, we use a third conditional to talk hypothetically about the past, not the present, the past. Okay, so let's look at some examples from this conversation. If he hadn't won, he might not have had the confidence to become a singer. Now, the thing is, he did win. So this is not real if he hadn't won. Okay? This is hypothetical. If he had stayed in school, but he did stay in school. If he had continued his education, he didn't continue his education. If he hadn't quit and gotten a manager, if he hadn't quit and gotten a manager, he did quit and he did get a manager. And if he had only sung pop songs, he did not only sing pop songs, he sung opera too. Okay, so the structure is if, subject, past perfect, and comma, subject, past modal. That is the structure. We're talking hypothetically. And I will explain it in a little bit more in a few minutes. But right now, let's do the next exercise. Ismael, can you read exercise C, please?
Can you complete the sentences, then compare with a foreigner?
Excellent. Remember to use that structure, my friends, my students. Use that structure. In yellow. Okay, does anybody have the answers? Anybody? No, nobody?
Yes.
What do you have, Jackie?
The first.
Read it.
If Russell Watson had stayed in school, maybe he would have had a very different career.
Excellent. 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 And I like your pronunciation of widow. She is correct. Why? Because over here we have if Russell past perfect, comma, maybe he past modal. You know, it follows the structure. The structure is good. Everything is good. And number 2.
If he had one,
Exactly. Well, in negative form.
hadn't.
Yeah, if he had it. If he hadn't won that talent contest, he might not have become a singer. Okay? Now, all of these friends are talking hypothetically. They're all giving their opinions about this guy in the past. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay? So, I showed you the structure. I showed you the structure. Now I want you to get into the habit of using this, okay? So please, turn on your microphones. I need you to repeat these sentences after me.
Yep.
Okay, Andres, I see you're ready. Jackie's ready. Ismael, Yasmin, we're waiting for you.
Yeah.
Ismael is ready. Yasmin, you ready? All right, please repeat after me. If Watson had stayed in school, maybe he would have done something entirely different.
If Watson had stayed in school, maybe he would have done something entirely different.
Okay. Is that too many words or can we handle it?
Many words.
Okay, we're gonna do half and half, okay? Repeat after me. If he hadn't won the talent contest,
If he hadn't won the talent contest,
he might not have had the confidence to become a singer.
he may not have had confidence to become a singer.
If he had continued his education,
He had continued his education.
he could have gotten formal music training.
He could have gotten formal music training.
Okay. And what would have happened if he had stayed in school?
Who would have if he stayed in school?
Would he have become a singer?
Would he have become a singer?
All right. Now, this is really easy, man. This is really easy. Like, such a fast lesson. But how can we apply this to real life? We're going to do this one last exercise and then we're going to apply these things to real life, okay? Ismael, can you please read this extract right here about the millionaire next door?
The text?
Yes, please.
Okay. The billionaire next door. Thomas G. Stanley, a university marketing professor, had written 3 textbooks and given seminars around the country. But he felt dissatisfied with his career, so he took time off to write The Millionaire Next Door, which researches William D. Denko. It hit the New York Times bestseller list and made them both extremely wealthy. Stanley then interviewed over 1,300 millionaires for his next bestseller, The Millionaire Man.
Okay, that word is not millionary, it's millionaire. Millionaire. Okay. But yeah, so this guy, Thomas J. Stanley, is a university professor. Okay. And he had written 3 textbooks and given seminars all around the country, but he was not happy. It's crazy because he had written 3 textbooks and given seminars around the country, but he's not happy with his career. All right. So he took a vacation and he wrote this book called The Millionaire Next Door. It's a very, very famous book about self-improvement and finances. And actually, I want to read this book. But, you know, this book made Thomas really famous and rich. And, you know, after this book, he interviewed 1,300 millionaires to make another book, his next bestseller, The Millionaire Mind. In the world of business, these books, The Millionaire Next Door and The Millionaire Mind, are extremely important books. Okay? Now, this is real. Let's talk hypothetically about this. Complete the sentences. Remember, after if, use the past perfect. Okay? After if, only after if. Please do not make the mistake to say, if he would have. No, if he would have is not correct. You could say, if he had had. Okay? If he had, in the past participle had, if he had eaten, if he had drunk, if he had played, all right? Please make sure that the past perfect is after if. I will help you with number 1, okay? I will read it and you tell me what you think the answers are. Number 1, if Thomas Stanley had been satisfied with his career, he wouldn't have taken time off from work. And he
Might not
what?
write it.
You're forgetting one important thing.
Have
written.
Written.
Yes, and he might not have written The Millionaire Next Door. Okay? Now remember, always use would. Unless it says might, like in this case, always use would. Because like I said earlier, would is the most common thing. Okay? Would is the most common, but you can use could, may, or might. But if in parentheses, it doesn't have could or might or may, then just use would. Okay? Look, see, you have 3 minutes. Okay, this is easy. You have 3 minutes and then we're gonna check the answers together. All right? All right. The freaks come out at night. Well, Yasmin, tell me what you got for number 2, please.
To be honest, I don't understand, but I try.
Okay.
If Stanley and Denko's book hadn't been so successful and Mike
Right, there will
hadn't.
be, but hold on. But can you repeat it?
Might not.
Yeah, might not. No. You can say hadn't made. Okay.
Okay. I put the same.
For what? The next thing?
Yeah.
Stanley might not write his best-selling book.
Might not have a right.
Yeah, might not have written. That's good. So you got 2 out of 3 correct. It's good. It's good. And remember, this is only part 1. Where right now we're just playing with the structure. Well, I see we don't have that much time. We're gonna do more practice, like speaking practice with this in a few minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Well, not in a few minutes, maybe tomorrow. Number 3, Ismael.
If Stanley had continued his year at the university, he hadn't made so much money.
This he wouldn't have made. Remember, after the comma, use would. Ismael. Lo están regañando. Next, Andrés.
No.
No? Okay.
Sorry, my mom is on the bro.
Okay.
Okay. He probably hadn't become.
No.
Would have
Remember,
become.
only use the past perfect after if.
Okay. Wouldn't have.
If he.
If hadn't decided.
Right about millionaires. Okay. And number 4, Andres.
On the other hand, if Stanley hadn't become famous, he could have enjoyed a quiet life as a professor.
Yeah, perfect. Now, guys, this is the structure. Like I said, after if, use the past perfect. Use the past perfect after if. And in the other part, use the past modal. So let me explain that, in these last few minutes before the class ends. Okay, look, if I had gotten on a diet in February, I would have taken pictures in my bikini last week during the photo session. All right. Now, all this is imaginary, obviously. Well, if I had gotten on a diet in February, I would have taken pictures in my bikini last week during the photo session. I did not get on a diet in February, and I did not take pictures in my bikini last week. So this is all hypothetical. Now, notice that after if, I use the past perfect. I use the past perfect. And now, I can also flip these sentences, right? Because this sentence is divided in 2 parts. This part right here, and then the other part right here. Now, you can change them. You can say first, I would have taken pictures of my bikini last week during the photo session, If I had gotten on a diet in February, you can change them. Boom, boom, boom. And that's fine. But just notice that after if, you need to use the past perfect. And in the other part, the past modal. And that is how you talk hypothetically about the past, but only the past. Okay? Now, this is a little difficult to do when you don't have any context. So tomorrow, I'm gonna give you some situations where you can use this that are real life situations, you know, maybe meeting your best friend, your last vacation, if you had more money, things you wish you had done, you know, etc. But tomorrow we will do a little bit more of speaking and free practice with this, all right? Now, to me, it's very important that you understand the structure, okay? Tomorrow, I wanna have a nice speaking class, so the homework is going to be pages 74 and 75 in the workbook, all right?
Okay.
Please do them, and please come to class early tomorrow, well, every day, so we can have more time to practice, all right?
Right.
Okay, guys, well, have a nice evening. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you for the class, man.
Thank you for coming.
See you.
See you, Jasmine.